Salut les amis, c'est Nanokiji et on se retrouve pour Game of Thrones, a Telltale Game Series. Donc on venait de finir l'histoire un peu, le commencement de l'histoire avec Ethan et on se retrouve avec sa sœur, Mira Forrester. Ça fait une rime sans même le vouloir, je suis trop fort. Dans sa petite chambre et très jolie à Port-Réal, ou King's Landing pour les anglophones. Donc nous sommes la servante de Marjorie Tyrell, excusez-moi pour le son qui a dû bugger, de Marjorie Tyrell qui est la future épouse du roi. De quoi là, on va visiter ma chambre. Regardez par...
King's
Regarde.
Landing.
Voilà.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Bah c'est le nord, il doit neiger ma chérie. Je crois que c'est le perso le plus dur à jouer une fille. Pouh là là, je vais jamais y arriver. Bête de maman.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ok d'accord, je sais ce que je dois... Pourquoi on m'attaque dès le début? J'ai pas le temps de visiter ma chambre. On peut plus voir le coffre là, il y a plein de choses. Bonjour.
One moment.
Oh,
Un clochard.
sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
On va le laisser entrer, on est
No,
gentil.
it's fine. Come in.
C'est pue. D'accord, je suis...
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm ok.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Of course, milady.
Pas s'occuper du bas peuple. Non, je...
Please hurry if you
Ce
can.
monstre.
Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Et armer des pierres dans le bras zéro. Ok. Je te donnerai une
You
pièce.
work for Lady Marjorie?
Ah oui. Je dirais pas ça.
I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
Moi, je
I'm
peux
her
être méchant.
handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Ouais.
What did they say?
Je suis
I
curieuse.
couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Bien évidemment. Ça aurait été trop gros.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble, but I thought you ought to know.
Merci beaucoup.
Most people don't tend to notice a call boy, not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about.
Ce qu'on remarque, c'est
You see
l'odeur.
and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night,
Police
lady.
easy. Non, plein jour, mais c'est pas grave. Vous pouvez dire au revoir. Bon bref, reprenons notre rôle de femme. Ouais, le changement.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Ah, c'est la même
Come,
actrice.
there's something we must discuss.
Oh là là, j'ai peur.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as
Ma mère
well.
m'a
My
écrit.
family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together.
Toi que tes frères
You
vont
must
risquer de mourir.
understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a
trop gentil.
handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Ouais, c'est bien ce qu'elle dirait.
She was very pleased with herself.
On va la mettre en
I'm
confiance.
not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you and by extension, me.
Ouais, c'est vrai.
She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with
Je pense que vous
Cersei
me
with
demandez.
the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I
Lady.
knew I could trust you.
Ah.
Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Ah, si je voulais la contenter, je lui ferais autre chose. Hein. La connaissant.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
On un peu gringalé sur son armure. Ouais.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ouais, mentir quoi. T'inquiète. Je suis une fille, je suis doué à ça.
Good luck.
Non, je déconne, c'est méchant, excusez-moi. Oh. Des extrêmes. Le meilleur personnage de la série, la pire.
You can do this.
Tin, tin, tin. Ah, il y a des clodos. Sois armé, j'aime pas ça. Ah, c'est cool, il va m'aider.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Faut s'agenouiller, hein. On va faire tout le plaisir pour la majesté.
Your Grace.
Ah, t'es soumise.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
M'énerve déjà. Faut que je me
House
calme.
Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Ma pauvre.
Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
On sait le roi de Geoffrey.
Is the one true king,
Voilà.
Your Grace.
On va dire le plus mieux pour elle.
And yet, for centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Oh, le petit sourire.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Bien
Clever
joué.
girl.
Le ivrogne.
Perhaps too clever for her own good.
The girl did name Joffrey as the one true king.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Yes, Your Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Voilà.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
Je sais pas si c'est la bonne chose à dire, mais je l'ai paumé.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes,
N'importe
Your
quoi.
Grace. I would do anything.
J'aime pas ça, mais bon. Genre,
I
Trey
see.
Marjorie, ça je le ferai pas parce qu'elle est trop gentille.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Ouais, j'avoue, c'est pas trop mon style.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
Je suis sûr qu'elle regrette.
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
J'aime pas ça.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks
Tellement
within
dur
their
comme de se
hearts.
rendre dans un jeu de mensonges et tout.
You
Alors,
are a
ce qu'il faut
girl
dire.
from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Oula, t'es des moches sur le coup.
I'm sure she
Let the
would.
girl answer the question.
Go
on.
Le roi.
I would be true to the king, Your Grace.
Well said. I was beginning to
Oui,
worry
mais,
you
tu
didn't
sais
have
que je
your
mens, hein.
priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown. isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
Je t'adore.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Merci.
You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased.
Je le pensais pas.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you.
Est-ce que je...
But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences.
1m20.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can.
En buvant du vin.
She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose
petit
the
sourire.
Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance. And it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact,
Oui,
forget
allez,
I
on
even
tente le risque.
suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
Je me souviens plus de ce qu'il
You
disait, en fait
are
j'ai pas
a
du tout
brave
suivi parce que je suis
girl,
paumé.
I'll consider it.
Ça va aider ma famille, je crois,
Now,
ça.
if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Ok.
3 beautiful
Pas mal de
bottles
goût, ouais.
of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought
bravo.
of them makes me thirsty already.
Ouais, j'espère qu'on
I
va se
hope
revoir.
we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Il fait 20 degrés de plus ici. Nest of Viper. Oh, qu'est-ce que je l'adore ce personnage. Oh mon dieu. Je peux pas aller, Lady Marjorie, que je m'excuse. Non, parce que je voulais pas.
Mira, I was worried.
Don't worry.
How was it?
Horrible.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
Ouais, je le
I'm
sentais.
sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
Ouais,
But at least it's
le
over now.
féminisme. Hein.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jamie. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's
Coquine.
true.
Faut être sa sœur pour passer.
Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Ah, lui c'est plus intéressant déjà.
I'm told he has a paramour.
Allez, on
He is
rigole.
quite handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Horrible, surtout si c'est le roi Geoffrey.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
Non,
He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
non, franchement, je peux
I'd
pas.
be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
T'imagines quel pouvoir que t'aurais
I
avec une
might even
arbalète dans
allow
la
you to
tête.
be my handmaiden.
Merci, c'est gentil, je avec tes copines.
See, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Elle est gentille ma copine, mais je l'aime pas non plus.
Well,
I'm
Désolé.
sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful.
Hey,
The Queen was
woman power.
pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over.
Moi aussi.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Oui, t'es trop gentil pour ça.
Do you agree?
Pff, c'est quand même dur de plaire, on va être un peu
Not always
franche.
so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
Voilà,
You learn very quickly.
ça c'est bien. Je pensais pas que ça allait se
You were
déboucher sur
brave
ça.
agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady.
Thank you, my
There's
lady.
been something on my mind. Something important.
On va lui demander son aide quand même.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Je la sens pas trop, donc
It's about my family.
je préfère qu'elle dégage.
I trust her.
Franchement. Non, je veux pas regretter quelque chose.
I
Je me
prefer
ferais
to speak
trahir,
with you
sinon.
alone.
Désolé, mais je peux pas me faire trahir. Je te sens pas. T'as envie d'être reine toi en plus, donc même si tu y arriveras jamais, je suis sûr que tu meurs. Tu mourras. En essayant de me tuer. Je suis sûr qu'elle peut le balancer à la reine, punaise.
Go on.
N'importe quoi.
Ask.
Ma mère a besoin de votre aide.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes.
Ouais, genre
She
écorchement et tout, quoi.
If a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
Je sais pas.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene.
Non, mais juste pas intervenir, juste une petite menace, tu vois,
Is the
enfin.
situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
Conjure.
Please, Lady Marjorie, I beg of you. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Ouais, non, c'est vrai, enfin...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Peut-être que je m'arrête de parler par contre.
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Dans une semaine? Le corbeau il a intérêt à aller vite hein, s'il faut que tu l'envoies ce soir. Hein. Accessoirement tes coups de cheveux
Very well.
dégueulasses.
I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Merci.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Moi, je suis désolé pour toutes les emmerdes que ça t'est arrivé, mais bon. Dans la série, dans le livre, t'es pas encore morte, donc bon, j'ai confiance. On a confiance. Ah, Gareth. C'est à partir de maintenant que je contrôle plus rien du tout. Endroit vachement accueillant. Des hurlements. Mon cheval se barre. Il fait noir, on est au loup. Je vais mourir. S'il vous plaît. I am loyal to the house. Yeah. Ah non.
Let's play a little game, shall we?
Ah, Ramsay.
Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Génial. Des psychopathes.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have full enough practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now.
Ah bah là, il est marqué dans sa peau.
How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen.
Je vais mourir.
There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Ne pas bouger. Ils vont me choper, ils vont courir.
Never mind. We've wasted enough time already.
Pauvre gars. Il méritait sûrement pas ça. Je sais pas ce qu'il a fait, mais pour moi il méritait pas. Bolton. Si je pourrais brûler leur bannière, ça me dérangerait pas. Qui es-tu? Semble être un homme. Même si c'était une couple de femmes, donc... mais il paraît pas comme un homme. Ah! Ah! Ah le pauvre. Ah. Goodness. J'ai faim maintenant. Mon dieu. Ah,
Lord
Ethan.
As I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership.
Respire sinon tu vas t'écrouler mon pauvre.
But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
Ouais, je veux être comme lui, il avait l'air cool.
Like my father.
Si c'est mon père, il est
Your
bon.
father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn.
Ouais. Je suis un enfant, je
These
peux
were
pas
your
vivre
father's
aussi longtemps
people
quand
to
même.
lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others. The Lord Sentinel.
Ouais, le
Forester
chambellan Premier
traditions
ministre. Quoi.
demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
La main du Lord.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move. Summon the Lord. We need his judgment.
Je vais avoir le choix entre le maître. Non, pas le maître.
I've
Entre
done
lui.
nothing wrong. I was only trying to survive.
Ah, punaise, non.
Lord Ethan.
Qui est cet homme?
Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed. We all fucking know it.
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
Pourquoi?
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it?
Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Oh, t'as fini de le frapper? Attends, rébellion est sur les bras là, ça se
Ethan,
sent.
I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter.
On va espérer.
Live to see it.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
Mais t'as
You'll address
fini?
him as Lord.
Oh là 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 là. Possible toi, peut t'attacher.
Lord Ethan, you must
Ouais,
decide.
évidemment, le bon, le gentil.
Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it
The men
is.
need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
T'es pas un politicien, toi, ça
You
se
can send
sent.
him to the war.
Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. Deserve to live. Make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the
Oh bordel, mais je fais quoi?
Take his fingers. He's a thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man.
Oh, toi, tais-toi, t'as volé, t'es coupable de base, hein. T'as voulu fuir?
Please, my lord, my family depends on me.
3 doigts, grâce, mur. Alors, grâce, non, parce que t'es coupable. Mur, on a quand même besoin d'hommes. Tu peux te battre avec 3 doigts, je pense. On va te prendre 3. Ouais, mais le peuple, c'est sévère, 3 doigts quand même. Ouais, mais il reste en vie. Il peut se battre. Il peut se battre avec 3 doigts, t'es d'accord? Ouais, bon. Merci de répondre. Oh la vache, quand même vachement dur. Là, t'as tout le monde qui est là. Qu'est-ce qu'il va dire? Qu'est-ce qu'il va dire? Joker. Non, grâce, c'est sûr que je l'offre pas. Non, si je pensais. Les 2 derniers, ça passe. Ouais, ça va être Joker. Non, mur, on a quand même besoin d'hommes. Réfléchissons-y. Oh, 3 doigts. Tu m'as saoulé. Ah, t'as quand même volé, je suis désolé. Ça va? Mais c'est bon, t'es pas mort, arrête de pleurer. Tire, tu chopes la gangrène et là c'est problématique. Ah, mais y'a ma sœur, merde, j'ai pas pensé à ça.
My lord, normally it is the lord's duty to carry out the sentence.
Ouais, t'as vu mes muscles?
But I am willing to carry it out.
Je m'en charge, allez. Bon, ok, normalement je devrais pas faire ça, mais je veux le faire. Le pauvre, par contre, il va tellement souffrir. Je vais jamais réussir à le couper d'un coup. C'est tout. Alors, visons la tête. Ah. Soignez-le maintenant par contre. Je crois que c'est un des choix vachement, un des plus durs choix à faire au début, je trouve. Je peux aller parler à ma soeur là par contre parce qu'il faut que... Putain, je lui ai dit que je changerais de
That
tête.
was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due.
Je t'aime pas, tais-toi.
Just yourself, of course.
Tu m'as pas dérangé. Bah. Ai-je bien fait?
Any lord.
Maester, what do you think?
Me?
Yes. Did I do what's right?
As Maester, I cannot support mutilation. You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side.
Ah mais si ils font tous des
Someone
conneries,
you
je peux
can
devoir
rely
avoir
on,
des estropiés
no
dans mon
matter
armée.
the circumstance. Possessing wisdom and experience.
Non,
Who
je te
do
veux
you
pas parce que
think
tu
I
me
should
saoules.
choose?
There are two capable men for the role.
Ouais, évidemment.
They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk
Je
to
vais prendre
them.
ma sœur, ça pourrait être
Solicit the
drôle.
opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the sentinel. The badge of office.
Oui, il est classe.
Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
Merci.
Thank you for your counsel, Maester.
It is my duty.
Mais bah je sais, t'as été
Come
envoyé ici
speak
pour ça.
with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Temps de charge pour un gosse qui a genre 12-13 ans. Mon lieu. Je viendrai faut plus tard, j'en suis sûr. Toi je t'aime pas, t'es trop violent. Et toi t'as l'air un peu neuneux quand même, je trouve. Et je pense que je vais devoir te choisir. Putain, je peux pas en choisir un autre que ça. Le maître je l'aime pas de base. Point. Tiens, on va... Ah mon dieu, un cochon. Je veux vomir. Bon bah les amis, c'est ici qu'on va s'arrêter après avoir raccourci un homme. Enfin, juste 3 doigts donc ça va. Après avoir pris une longue décision de 2 minutes. Et bah dans le prochain épisode on va choisir notre ministre. Hein. Bon bah n'oubliez surtout pas d'aimer la vidéo, de commenter si vous avez envie de dire quelque chose que j'ai pas fait, que j'aurais dû faire, blablabla. Moi je tourne en rond. Ma soeur qui brosse son cheval. Très classe, merci. Allez, salut les amis et à la prochaine.